welcome to our webinar today. We're going to speak specifically to helping kind of grow and even increase your summer sales on Amazon. I know that this time of the year can kind of have a slight dip depending on your brand and your products. So I'm really excited to share today. Just to start off, it's kind of crazy to think about how it is already June, and how, this earlier this week, it was Memorial Day. So time just keeps flying. I know I always say that, but I always feel that same way. But I love this time of year, and we're actually getting beautiful weather in Georgia. So that's great. But let me jump in to what I want to share. So I'm going to, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to talk about increasing your Amazon sales for the summer. And specifically, I want to address in 2023. So let's dig into what to expect for summer sales on Amazon. So now this is the interesting data that I was telling you. Amazon's 2023, their first quarter revenue is at 127.4 billion. Now, keep in mind, that's obviously Amazon in general, not just sold by Amazon. This is on the marketplace, including third-party sellers. Their revenue is at 127.4 billion. That is actually up 9.4% from a year ago, which a little bit surprised me when I was digging into this, because I don't know if you're like me, but I was thinking that, people are kind of pulling back from spending. They're not shopping maybe as much, with the cost of things going up overall in general, even just on regular items like food and gas and other things like that. So this is very interesting that it is up from a year ago. And I find this very encouraging. And I think that this is just some great opportunities that you can be taking advantage of. And then according to MarketWatch, Amazon's market size is projected to reach multi-millions by 2031. So like who they're reaching and who you can be reaching, new customers and people that are getting introduced to your brand, you can just see that pool is very big and it's continuing to grow. So the projection for even years out is growth as well. And historically, the sales on Amazon are somewhat slower due to summer activities. That's part of the reason. A lot of people are traveling, and June is usually some of the slowest sales days. Now, that's part of one of the reasons Amazon created Prime Day, which is really Prime Days because it's typically 2 days. And I'll kind of share with you what we're anticipating to be the Prime Days for 2023, even though it hasn't officially been locked in place. But, that's one of the reasons that they set that up, because typically people are away, they're, visiting family, they're going to different places, and they're doing all these things. And they're not in that mode of necessarily going on Amazon and shopping, obviously for like a few staples, but there's just not that activity that we see throughout like the normal, for instance, like a school year, when people are kind of in more of their routine. They're, working kind of normal instead of sometimes work hours and vacation time. All of that kind of gets thrown off in the summer. So we do typically see this, and there is just also seasonality. Now, this could actually work positively in your favor depending on your products, or negatively. So if you are in the space where it is a summer type of product where people are needing it in the summer months, then you're actually going to be seeing an uptick. But that's, going to be very dependent, like I said, on the products that you have. But for a lot of companies, you're not necessarily a summer seasonal product potentially. So you may be seeing just kind of a little bit of that dip in June specifically that you wouldn't see if you were like a high season item. So, and something else, like I said, that we're going to keep in mind that we'll mention and talk about is Prime Days that are happening in July, that really Amazon created. And it kind of feels like a Christmas in July. And it was really smart because Prime Day sales, and I'm not going to dig deep into Prime Day on this, but Prime Day is like really surpasses sales wise. They surpass even a lot of their Q4 numbers for like those sales during those days. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head from last year, but it was some of the highest sales days in 2022 were on Prime Days. So just keep that in mind too, as we think through what your strategy is going to be.
Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to check out our website at clickfluency.com for more information and follow us on all of our social media channels so that you can make sure you're getting the latest news in e-commerce.